This week, the News Minute published a very important investigation. For more than 2 months now, along with the Kannada media organisation Pratidvani, we had been looking into the illegal collection of voters' data in Bengaluru. What we found out is that the BBMP or the Bengaluru City Corporation, like the GHMC in Hyderabad, the GCC in Chennai or BMC in Mumbai, had given permission in August to a private trust to create voter awareness. But what instead happened is a big fraud and data theft. After our investigation was published, the Congress has called for the Chief Minister's resignation. The BBMP has cancelled the permission and 2 police complaints have been filed. But don't be fooled by these reactions, as the authorities clearly have to do more. In this week's No Filter with Dhanya Rajendran, I will tell you all about our story and the unanswered questions. So first, what is Chilume or who is behind Chilume? Chilume is a private trust that was registered in the year 2013 under the name of 5 individuals, including a Krishnappa Ravikumar from Nelamangala. On January 29th, the Electoral Registration Officer or the ERO of the Mahadevapura constituency gave Chilume permission to be a part of SWEEP. Now, SWEEP is an election commission program which creates voter awareness. On August 28th, this permission was widened and Chilume was allowed to be part of SWEEP in all 28 constituencies in Bengaluru. But both these government orders made one thing very clear, that Chilume cannot have any link with any political organization or politician. So what was the election work that Chilume was supposed to do? They were only supposed to go door to door and create voter awareness. Basically, they were to assist BBMP and election commission officials. So instead, what did Chilume do? They printed ID cards like these, which clearly said BLO or booth level officer. This is an impersonation. A booth level officer is supposed to be a government official, a retired or quasi-government official. Not just that, a booth level officer has to be a resident of the same area where the booth is located. But Chilume brought hundreds of young people from districts like Hubli, Dharwad, Haveri, brought them to Bengaluru, made them stay in paying guest accommodations and asked them to go to localities and collect information. So what did Chilume's field workers do? I'm going to hand over the platform now to my colleague Prajwal Bhatt, who has been following the story for many weeks now.
The field workers deployed by Chilume did 3 things. First, they went door to door asking residents to turn in many details, including their Aadhaar number, voter ID number and phone number. Second, they uploaded these details on the Digital Samiksha app, a private mobile application instead of the government registered one. And third, they also created map surveys in which they drew the maps of the areas covered by a particular polling booth. These maps were marked in incredible detail and mentioned which buildings were vacant and which buildings had a commercial property. So you may ask, what is wrong with all of this? Let's note one point here, that Aadhaar data is not supposed to be shared like this. Aadhaar is essentially proof of residence, not citizenship. So why is it being linked with the voter ID, which is proof of citizenship? No private entity can collect and store information like this. Think of the implications. Data like this can help with voter profiling and voter deletion based on what a particular political party or a politician wants.
Now to the last part, the unanswered questions. Based on our investigation and a private complaint, the BBMP cancelled the permission given to Chilume. 2 police complaints were lodged by the BBMP. In one complaint, the BBMP mentions Chilume and a man named Lokesh. In the other complaint, only Lokesh is named. Who is Lokesh? Lokesh is just a daily wage labourer that Chilume employed, brought to Bengaluru and made him do the survey. So the question we need to ask the Election Commission and the BBMP is, why name Lokesh in this FIR? Why have you not named the trustees of Chilume and even the government officers whose seal and signatures were used on the BLO cards? The next big question is, was anyone funding Chilume? Now Chilume told BBMP that we will do voter awareness for free, but they were offering salaries to these people. In fact, Chilume was signing subcontracts with other NGOs offering them money to allow people to go and collect forms and also fill in details in Digital Samiksha app. So imagine, it is not just one private entity which is Chilume that has your details, but it has been subcontracting to other people. So that's it. But this is not the end of our investigation. We will keep focusing on this story on the News Minute. And let me remind you, all this would not be possible if not for members who support us. So do become a member of the News Minute and continue watching No Filter with Dhanya Rajendran.